to the first annual meeting of the year of your RORO quarterly meetings. We will have another one in April, July, and November. This is 2024 and a new year. I hope we all get off to a good start. One of the things I want to mention is, what is independent living? It is the same as living in your previous house or condo. You are still on your own, but you have a community for your support. Here at Regency Oaks, we have consolidated all the people you need to call to maintain your home. We have housekeeping, maintenance, lawn service, pool service, utilities, and many more things. At your previous home, we had to figure out 3 meals. Now we only have to provide 2 smaller meals. If you fell or needed medical help at your previous home, you called 911 or your doctor. You do the same thing at Regency Oaks. So it's similar to what you did when you lived at home. You just have a larger community to support you. First thing on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the last meeting. May I have a motion? Okay, Judy so moves. Second?
Second.
Okay, Ace? Oh dear.
Yes.
Chris, help. Ace was supposed to swear in the new people.
Okay.
Can I give you a piece of paper? Sorry about this. Yeah. Hey, will the new people come stand up? Yes, you do.
All 3 of you.
There's 4 of us.
There are 4 of us.
There's, yeah, add another name. Yeah.
You stand before us to be sworn in as members of the Regency Oaks Resident Organization, or RORO as it is called. Your responsibility is in the bylaws. It outlines your duties specifically. Study them, learn them, apply them, and abide by them. As new members, you are to represent the residents. Please raise your right hand for the oath. Do you repeat your name?
I, Judy Studebaker,
Accept the privilege and responsibility to discharge your duties.
accept the responsibility
To discharge your
to
duties
discharge my duties
faithfully and to the best of your ability.
faithfully and to the best of my ability.
If so, answer I do.
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I would like to at this, oops. I would like to at this, I have a green light. Oh, it's muted. There we go. I would like to introduce the new executive board for this year. Margaret Henry, president, myself, Judy Studebaker as our vice president, Carolyn Montgomery as our secretary, and Bobby Belcher as our treasurer. And the rest of the board is here: Lou, Andrea, Mary Ellen, Tony, and Candy. At this time, I'd like to have Lou present the Wise Local Award.
The Weiss Local Award was created. The Weiss Local Award was created 10 years ago in honor of my former wife and myself. The criteria for the award is to individual or individuals for sustained exemplary contributions to the quality of life of Regency Oaks residents. This year, we had a number of nominees, and I'd like to can't even get the papers. I got them.
Okay.
I'll read off all the names, and then if any of you are here, you'd like to stand and round of applause. Nominees for 2024 were Jim Bader, Gene Beagles, Bobby Boucher, Ron Carter, Mary Ann Gardner, Andrea Hagner, Don Infante, Muriel Klopsis, Judy Studebaker, Chris Swanson, and Hazel Vernon. The winner this year
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
former president of RORO, president of Regency Oaks Veterans Organization, and a man who certainly meet the requirements of this award, Don Infante.
I lost the camera. Okay, just a second. I lost the camera. I lost the camera.
You see, we're still screwed up as we always do.
Love you all anyway, you know that.
You're gonna present yourself.
Thank you, Margaret.
Okay,
Appreciate
tell you
it.
what. How are you on poking things?
Well, first of all, I want you to know that this award doesn't really belong to me, but it belongs to actually the executive council of your previous board. And that's Fred Green. Fred, where are you? There you go. And Don Hamilton. Don, are you here this morning? And I know his wife is here. Say hi to Don for us, if you would. And then Gene Beagles. Is Gene here this morning? No. Well, let me say a few words about each one of those people, because they were the executive committee of your previous board. Fred Green, what an outstanding individual. Dedicated to the community, highly intelligent, a little tough to get along with sometimes. But he always expressed his feelings forcefully. And I was so proud and happy to work with you, Fred, and thank you for all you've done. Don Hamilton's not here, Polly, but you can pass on the good words to him if you would. Don is a wonderful man. Dedicated to the community again. Highly intelligent and very, very dedicated to all of you. And Gene Beagles. Gene's not here this morning. And she was the lady of our group, okay? And we sometimes gave her a hard time, but she sometimes gave us a hard time too. All right? You know, she's a wonderful girl, dedicated to all of you, and dedicated to making the community a better place. So those are the three individuals who I'd like to share this award with, because the four of us together working as a team over many years is what made the great community it is, and it is today, and it's getting better and better under the current leadership. And so I certainly thank you, Margaret, for your leadership. And God bless you all, and thank you for the honor.
And get in front of you again.
It's okay.
Don't worry about us, just get it.
Your photo went away.
I can take
Let Sam
it. I can take it. Yes.
Yeah. Look what happened.
I'm very sorry.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all very much.
You say afterwards.
Right, ma'am.
Taking the head picture of you for
Okay, yeah, I'll wait here.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I blocked
No,
you.
you're fine.
At this time, I'd like to introduce the chairpersons of different committees and have them give their goals for 2024. Candy, you're gonna be up first. This is Candy Mueller, and she is in charge of dining. Excuse me, Candy Mueller.
Thank you. If I may, I would like to introduce the members of my committee. We have a large committee, and as the dining committee, we've chosen that because we would like to represent everyone. We are representing people from the North Building and the South Building, and we have recently started to try to represent some different age groups here in our community. We are having some younger and younger people join us, and we're happy to the residents that we've had, but we thought we'd, food-wise, like to represent everyone. So the members of my committee are Gail Logan, Bev Kootenai, Dora Belport, Judy Studebaker, Linda Rudiger, Pat Geisheimer, Bobby Belcher, Pam DiMarino, Margaret Hendry, Edie James, and Tammy Maurice. And they're a great committee. Goals for 2024 dining services. Of course, we would like to continue to provide fine dining services to all residents and guests. Continue to offer a variety of menu choices in our dining rooms, pub, and all other venues. Maintain our standard with extensive training for servers and staff, and that has been increased, the training for the servers and staff. Have the printed menu for the following week available on Fridays. We are working on raising our dining services survey results. I know you heard that the survey results were not great, and we are doing things to try to raise that. We will continue to hand out treats on Tuesday. That's directly from Ricky, so that should be fun. We will continue to provide special dinners on the Breezeway, Bella Row, Gourmet, and all the other special dinner offerings that we have, and continue to change the pub menu regularly. Thank you.
Next up, oops. Yep. Next, introduce yourself.
I'm next. Hi, I'm Tony Quattromani. Since I've been on the board, I've been on 3 different committees as chair, but this is the first time I'm chairing Building and Grounds. I have been on Building and Grounds for 3 years now, going on 3 years. So this time I'm going to chair and hopefully direct it better. And I didn't mean that slight. But anyway, the members of the committee are Gene Beagles, Bill D. Marino, Stephen Evans, Don Graham, Ed Hawks, Lou Weisvogel, Mike White. I'm the chair, and the Regency Oaks representatives are Darren Perez from Maintenance and Evan Poole from Environmental Services. So we span both. The goals, and I'm just really going to read one and maybe explain it a little bit more. I want to try to improve the feedback and the follow-up communications between the residents who submit work orders and maintenance and environmental services. In order to do that, we will review and analyze the current work order system and try to see where improvements may be made to improve, I think, primarily feedback to the residents that submit the work orders. I think sometimes work orders go in and you don't know what's happening. And they may be delayed for reasons that we can't control. They may be looking for a part. They may have a skill that they have to hire out. So I'm going to try to improve the communication. We'll put an article in the Fair Oaks to explain the system once I completely understand it. So that's what we're going to try to do. And please, when you do a work order, let me suggest that you don't just call. If you call the maintenance department or you call the environmental services department, you might get a phone call, or you might get somebody that's in the middle of doing something else. And you'll say, I got a broken leak. Okay, broken leak, and that's it. You have to try to, I really recommend that you write out a work order. Anyway, that's it for now.
Good morning. I'm Judy Studebaker, and I chair the Regency Oaks Resident Organization Sales and Marketing Committee. Members of the committee are, and if you're here, please stand up so new residents can see who you are. John Bergman, Bill DiMarino, Eleanor Finn, Chris Jenix, Cheryl Hewlett, Chet James, Carolyn Montgomery, and Ann Siraj, and Aaron Clem, who is Director of Sales and Marketing. The 2024 goals are to help marketing get 56 move-ins, increasing Friends for Life by enhancing the move-in experience to foster lasting connections and reduce turnover rates, having ambassador workshops focusing on intimate interactions leading to more meaningful connections. And third, having ambassadors encouraging event attendees to share positive reviews. Thank you.
I'm Bobby Belcher, and I have the privilege this year of chairing the Finance Committee, and a great committee to work with. Serving on the committee are Chris Swanson, and if you would like to stand up, but I think everybody knows most of these people. Chris Swanson, Lou Weisslogel, Fred Green, Don Hamilton, Bill Moscadini, C.L. Wilmot, and Marie Bishop. The committee has reviewed the monthly operations financial statements for Regency Oaks as of this date. Regency Oaks is within budget and in good financial condition. The committee goals for 2024 are to review monthly and annual operating financial statements, discuss and provide additional information for any negative variances, and assist with the designated resident representative, the DRR, in budget and finance process.
I'm Mary Ellen Gardner, and I'm chairperson of the Technology and Communications System. And our members are Mike Murphy and Val Chalakov. It's not here. And Samantha Sierra is our representative from the staff. Our goals for 2024 are one-on-one assistance for residents of various devices, Excel classes. In February, we're going to have a class on how to use Excel for your finances. And in March, we're having one to use Excel for thinking outside the box and making it useful for you the way you need it. To identify residents who are interested and willing to become part of the technology committee and or assist residents. We're all volunteer, and the three of us can't do everything. So if you know of somebody who is good with iPhones or good with a computer or whatever, have them see me, because we would like to have them join us. We are continuing to stress the need for an IT staff person to be available for residents and able to lead training sessions. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Andrea Kagner, and I'm chairman of the Activities or Programs Committee. Our director is Ginger Horton, ably assisted by Ms. Samantha Sierra. And our members are Mary Ellen Bader, Mary Ellen Gardner, Millie Diaz, Judy Collins, Carol Rasinger, Beth Beaumont, Ann Tanner, Emil Hyde, Tom Twain, and myself. We set up some goals for the coming year, and the first and foremost is to support Ginger in her actions as the Community Life Services Director. And she's trying to make sure her numbers on the survey were pretty high, for the most part, and then some of them were low, so we gotta get all of them up. So she needs to be in the 90 percentile, because she's great. All right, we will continue to recruit residents for My Life Experience. ACE is doing one this month. If you know of anybody that you think would have an interest in getting up and telling us about things that have happened in their life, we'd like to know about it. Samantha, if you got anybody else lined up, right, if you think of somebody, have them go to Sam. She'll arrange a date, do some publicity, and we'll have a good time, okay? We also want to continue to find programs on Florida history. We're doing one this next Friday.
This Friday, yeah.
This Friday. On the Seminoles. And it should be a really interesting program. We've done some really good ones. We've had a couple of bums. But that's all right. We recovered and we've gotten better. So we want to keep doing that. We want to organize an art show and sale in the fall. The last two have been pretty successful, so we're going to do that again. We'd like to do another book swap. That was successful, and we'd like to do that again. We want to bring back the clothing swap. We've had a lot of requests for that. And now that we have a room that is air conditioned and lockable, we don't have to try and get it done in those 2 weeks in the breezeway, where it's neither too hot nor too cold. So we'll get that done. And we want to encourage and help organize resident-led groups, such as the men's group that people seem to be wanting to start to try. We're going to work with them to try and get that off the ground. A film group, I understand, is being organized. And I think it's a wonderful idea. Anything we can do to help them, we will do. There's also some questions about maybe putting a group together to talk about nutrition. So if you have any ideas of things you would like to do, let one of us know, and we will do our best to get it going, okay?
Last time I addressed this group, I said farewell, but I appreciate the vote of confidence in the board members to ask me to come back to fill a vacancy.
So we're drafted.
I'm Lou Weisvogel, for those who don't know, and I'm chairman of the Health and Safety Committee. Members for the new year are John Bergman, Millie Diaz, Susan Haverbeck, Jan Judas, Taryn Lee, Bill Muscadini, Alice Quattromoni, Toby Shugart, and our directors that we liaison with are Kelly Clark, who's the Resident Service Director, and Christine Karlowitz, that's as bad as Weisvogel, Innovative Service Director. Our goals are relatively simple, and that is Health and Safety Committee is to identify issues that may affect the health or the safety of the residents who live at Regency Oaks, and if warranted, bring them to the attention of management.
Thank you, everybody. At this time, we'll entertain any questions. Oh, excuse me, Judy has an amendment to her talk. I goofed, I should have said this to start with. In 2023, we had 65 move-ins and 56 move-outs. Now, most of those move-outs are either to a higher level of care, or if some family member wants you to move closer to them, to be like in Boston area or somewhere. I know one couple that did move to the Boston area to be closer to family. So there were very few people moving out just because they were unhappy. Thank you. We will do questions at this time. Where's health and safety?
I recently, my name is Judy, I recently encountered another resident who uses a walker, and she is vision impaired. She now has markings on her walker, a red strip and silver strips, which indicate that she is visually impaired. I think that possibly that kind of thing should be published and posted so other residents can recognize those who are visually impaired, and to supply other residents who use devices for mobility to also have those markings on their walkers or devices.
Very good idea, thank you. And I do know that some people that are sight impaired do have a little eyeball that hangs on their name tag. It is. Any other questions?
We must be doing everything right.
I thank everybody for coming, and have a good rest of the year.